If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. Hold on. Walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
threats are part of wrestling, you know. But you got to look at the person that's making the threats. This fat son of a bitch, he's challenged all of us, has been world champions before, been in this business 15, 20 years, and this fat son of a bitch is going to challenge us all out.
Calm down, okay? All right?
He's fat. I'm going to...
about this.
I don't care if he don't... I'll make him bleed.
Let's go!
Who are those guys?
Your brothers? No. Yes!
Beginning to get on my nerves. Who are those guys? I couldn't do that. Could you do that? How can they do that? Who are those guys?
The fucking Diaz brothers!
Diaz, get the fuck out of bed, you lazy bastard.
You piece of shit.
Connor, I know the media has a ton of questions for you, so I just want to ask you, what do you think of this turnout?
Yeah, fuck the Diaz brothers, yeah? Fuck those cockroaches!
Hello! What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. We have a great show for you this week. It's Friday. Turn your monitors up. Papa Squad. We're here. We got a special guest tonight. Mr. Michael Odin will be on the show later in this show. We're redundant there. Talking about Elysium Fields on Kickstarter. But we're going to look at some awesome art today. We're going to be checking out books. And here we are. It's us. Who are you expecting? It's us. We're back.
It occurs to me, Phil.
What's up?
Your weekly spill happened. We should cut out, or we should do foam-backed cutouts of those things that we have in the background right there. Those
What things?
portraits.
These things?
Yeah, those guys. And then we'll
Cutouts?
have them.
On the sides of the screen?
No. At C2E2.
Oh.
We'll put them up. You know how I have like the green screen stand and I have the art hanging?
Mhm.
We could have them on the sides right
And
there.
people will walk by and be like, what's up with, who are those guys?
Be like, who are those guys?
And then we'll step out from
Yeah.
behind them.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like,
Isn't that that's part of the intro,
what do you mean?
right? Who are those
Yeah,
guys?
who are those guys? Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe we can do
that's
that.
what we want.
Are we going to be able to do that in time?
We can. You just give me the art. Jim's
Yeah,
going
send
to
me
be
the
working overtime. By the
shout
end of the
outs-
week, Jim's going to have 2 hooks for hands.
Yeah, Jim's our printer over here, in-house printer. Shout out to Michael Rushbrook who drew these awesome little cartoonized Diaz brothers.
Sometimes they
Great
call
artist.
him a mushbrook.
Great artist. He'll be at Heroes Con, I think. But what's up, everybody in the chat? How are you doing? How do we sound? How's the audio? Everything's been running smoothly, even though we're running on 99% storage full on this laptop. Everything's been set up well.
Hold on. Show the desktop. No. What does that mean? What does storage full mean?
I don't know.
Open
I
up
keep
the
getting
folder here.
things.
Okay, click on the folder.
We're live,
That's
Brandon.
fine. Let's see. Open
What?
up that right there.
File Explorer.
No, right there.
I just keep getting notifications that
And
I
then
have
just write-
99%.
Wow. Yeah. On the C drive,
C
there is
drive.
884K
Right,
left out of 237 gigabytes.
right.
Why?
Not a lot
Why?
of stuff left.
How?
No one ever uses this except for Friday's stream, this stream. And then we're also working during the week, so no one wants to come back here
Yeah.
and sort through all the files from 15 years ago.
The
Whoever
laptop
put this
gets
on.
turned off at the end of the stream, right?
Yes.
Like actually shut down. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
shut it
It
down.
should clear the temp files.
How do we
Dale is
sound?
right, but
How do we sound?
Am I coming in clear? Hey, Mom, I said, am I coming in clear?
yeah, we should probably run a malware bytes or something on it.
Get rid of all the porn on here.
Well, that's not up to you.
Yeah, it's not my computer technically. Memory hoarding. What's up, everybody? I'm drinking a Jocko today.
Ooh, I was also drinking Jocko.
We had a busy day, busy week. This is one of those weeks where it's like, yeah, I'm thinking I did something.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, we got stuff done. Running around a lot, getting stuff done.
Yeah, just running around a lot.
There was
I got some
people
stuff.
filming at the arcade this week.
Yeah, I feel
for
like I'm
undisclosed
okay
reasons.
for a week's worth of work. I feel like that, and I think I feel like that because I did that personal job on the radio, right? And then I feel
okay.
self-accomplished by having done
You put
that.
a radio in your car.
I changed the radio on the Viper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
And
Treat
that makes me
yourself.
feel good. Right. Treat yourself.
Yeah, we got some Starbucks earlier.
Well,
Snarticon said, what about Louis? No Louis this week.
I saw him.
I recorded a Where's Louis or whatever the hell we call him. Louis says, I did record a question today, but I figure we'll use it next week because we do have a guest tonight on the show later. And
well, here's the thing. It's going to be 2 weeks without Louis because next week we're going to be at C2EU.
We'll be at C2U and we'll bring him along. That's the gag. Yeah, that's true. Next week, C2E2.
Right.
We don't even know if we're going to do a show. We probably won't.
Oh, we can try, but we always forget. Here's what happens on Friday night.
We got dinner Friday night.
You're packing up, show's ending. These queers come over. They invite you to this drag party.
Who?
You don't remember this?
Yeah, at C2E2.
Right.
They don't come over here.
No. But at this, right.
I didn't get
you're shutting
invited.
down
You
the
got
show.
invited.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm walking around. I'm strutting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking good.
That's right. They invited Brandon to a drag party.
Right. And I was
conveniently when I was in the bathroom. I wasn't anywhere to be seen.
Who was there with? Somebody else was there with me to attest. It was
Chimera.
Was it Chimera?
Yeah.
And he's the twinkle looking one. And I was like, oh, we're going to go for this guy.
Twinkie.
And they were laser focused.
Now we call him Twinkie. He was a twink last year.
Yeah, he's put on a little weight,
right,
but we don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But,
no, I'm not lying, Vanessa. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Brandon was there.
So that's why we can't do Friday streams at C2E2.
Yeah. So we probably won't do a stream next week. We'll be at dinner.
What celebrity did Chimera
celebrities.
dress up as? Celebrity.
Michael Cera or that guy, the Idaho killer that killed those people in the frat house.
Does he look like that guy?
Yes. Yeah, but we'll see what's going on with that. That's next week, and then next week's gonna be jam packed with work for C2E2. Lots of.
This is true. Angela Curry says Brandon is 7 of 9's favorite Diaz.
Yeah, that's true.
I know it's
and
true.
I'm the one with the earring.
Well,
clip-on earring. Okay. Dangle
something to be
earring.
said there.
People are saying that I trademarked dangle earring.
Oh yeah, I heard you can just trademark stuff now.
Yeah.
And
you can just say it.
It's just whatever.
Trademark.
Yeah.
I got it.
The government doesn't want you to know this.
Angela Curry, oddly here early in the show. Last week, she didn't even appear. And
that's true.
She's been lollygagging lately.
Right.
So one demerit for you. We got Jaro in the chat. What's up, Jaro? Good to see you. Dale A is here.
What's up?
He says that guy looks like a killer straight out of Central Casting. Yeah, it's Chimera. We got Cranberry Landers in the chat. Good to see you. Welcome. Lots of news. And another thing too, got a lot of stuff done. We got Psycho Slumber to the Printer is in full production at the printers right now.
Yeah. Soft touch laminate.
That's right. Soft touch.
Margins are correct.
Maybe.
Dude.
No, margins are correct. We got soft touch laminate, double spell checked, correct use of parentheses and ellipses, dashes, apostrophes. Maybe there's a couple commas here or there.
Did you cross all the T's?
I dotted the I's. We got the tittles over the I's. I can't wait to feel it. Soft touch. We got the 3 covers going. So we should have next week. Hopefully, it said the 11th, which is like next Thursday or something.
Well, dude,
we might have some books.
Today's the 4th.
I know. I'm excited. So new book's going to be on its way in the mail. Bancroft's in the chat right there. I see him. Not a fan of the soft touch laminate.
He was rubbing it all over his face.
No, that was Sween's.
Oh, maybe it was Sween's.
Bancroft says he gets the chills and it makes him want to vomit. It's like when he thinks of eating a candied banana.
Yeah, candied banana.
From a
That's
Brazilian
because you've never been to Australia and you've never seen these creepy crawlies
killer caterpillars
that are just everywhere, and you wake up and there's 3 of them in your mouth,
right? Yeah, that's what he feels when he feels the velour soft touch laminate of Zaid Comics books. But too bad, Bancroft. You're gonna get it anyways. All right, you got to wear gloves while you read it.
That reminds me.
There you go.
On the floor, there was a category, and it was critters.
There's a T. Why don't you tell people at home what the floor is?
This game show called The Floor.
Yeah.
Longtime viewers of the Diaz Brothers show know there's this game show called
Bat
The Floor.
Sauce probably doesn't know what the floor is.
Rob Lowe, brother of Chad Lowe, hosts The Floor. If you didn't know, Chad Lowe is apparently an actor also.
Facts.
And he's the chimera of the Diaz brothers, I would say.
Of the Lowe brothers.
Yeah, like I would be Rob Lowe, and then he would be Chad Lowe.
Chimera.
Okay. Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then you would be some other third Lowe brother.
What was the category on the floor?
It was Critters.
Okay. The movie Critters?
See, that was what I thought. It would be funny. You would have to show a scene from the movie Critters and then name the scene.
which movie it's from.
Which Critters it was from. Nah, it was just like Critters. So it was funny. But yeah, I didn't know. The only reason I bring up the Chad Lowe thing is because I didn't know Chad Lowe existed. And the last duel on the floor for this week, it was for the largest part of the territory. And when you control the largest part of the territory at the end of the episode, you win $20,000 no matter what. So she goes up against this guy. She goes up there. And then during the commercial break, she tells Rob Lowe, "Oh, I had a Chad Lowe. I had a poster of your brother in my bedroom when I was growing up as a teenager."
Mm-hmm.
And then he says on air, he's like, "Oh, she had a poster of my brother." Okay. And she's like, I'm sorry. So she subsequently wins because the category was billionaires. And what they do is they just have a big screen and they show you something and you have to say what it is or whatever, right? And they just showed billionaires. And like, how many billionaires do you know? There's just a bunch of old guys.
5.
Just random guys. And and basically the guy got caught in a cycle of passing because he didn't know anybody because they were just pictures of random guys and he lost. So she won basically by default. And then Rob Lowe was like, "Oh, $20,000 will buy you a lot of Chad Lowe posters for your bedroom." And then she was like, "Oh."
So this is Chad Lowe.
Apparently this is Chad Lowe.
Why was he in anything that
apparently he
would
was
get
in
a poster?
something? Was he like in New Kids on the Block or something?
Maybe. And this is this Justin Bieber? Where's the other picture? This one.
Whoa.
That was probably the poster.
That's how Phil would be dressing right now if it was socially acceptable.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. What is going on with this?
So there you go. Chad Lowe and floor news. All wrapped up in one. Getting it out of the way early. 20K will buy Chad Lowe.
Chad Lowe. If you go on and you do an image search of Chad Lowe and there's a picture of Rob and Chad standing next to each other, you feel bad for Chad.
Chad Lowe sounds like a sweet and spicy Chinese noodle dish. Very succulent.
I will have one Chad Lowe. Would you like that spicy or extra spicy?
We are streaming on Twitter, which is X now, I guess, and YouTube and Rumble. Hey, we got some people over on Rumble. Shout outs to our Rumblers.
Is that what we look like?
Yeah, they can't see it. So succulent Chinese meal. Exactly. You'd think the single crucifix earring and mutton chops are socially acceptable.
Yeah, they're making a comeback.
Yeah. It's what it's called being a trailblazer. I don't know if they have many of those down in Australia, Michael, but that's what it's called. Trailblazing. Yes, but if you guys did not back Psycho Slumber, you guys could grab it on Indiegogo or Kickstarter right now. Still, it is over 70 pages of awesome action and will be coming to your mailbox very soon by the end of the month. It's gonna be good. Wrong button. All right. What do we got to talk about today, Brandon? Do you want to talk about what we did today, or?
Yeah,
a lot. Moved a lot of stuff.
I didn't get to draw any Magic Cup because it was super busy because we're prepping for C2E2. I did a bunch of count.
What about off the clock?
Off the clock what?
This week?
No, I was prepping Zaid comic stuff for C2E2.
Oh yeah. We made banner.
Right. We made new banner. We made I went home and counted all of my prints to make sure that I had at least 5. I usually just take 5 of every print that I'm wanting to sell so that I'm not just overloading, because you only sell a handful of each. And then I did that. And then I did the Viper radio, which is awesome. And then today, which is Friday, if you're in California especially, we took some games over to the Headless Horseman arcade. Was that in Wheeling? Yeah, because they had the big wheel. There's this big wheel, and then it says, "Welcome to Wheeling." Headless Horseman arcade opened up by our buddy Uday. He opened up his dream job, was opening an arcade. So it's like 35 minutes north of where we are. And he's got a huge place. We have a bunch of extra arcade games in storage. We took a bunch of games over there for him, kind of like on loan. And we basically, he's going to work on them, put them on his arcade floor, and that's cool. So yeah, he opened up this. I did this logo for him so many years ago, years and years ago, and now he's got it up. He's got a big lighted sign with the letters all cut out.
I'd love to see that sign at nighttime.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because it looks really cool up on the wall there.
So if you guys are in the area, come to our arcade, Galvin Coast.
Yeah, it's Uday Hussein. They found him in a hole in the desert.
That is his middle name, isn't it?
Probably.
Didn't he tell us that he was upset his parents gave him that middle name?
Well, who the hell knew? Who knew that, the name Hussein?
CIA asset.
Right. I mean, let's say your middle name is Hitler.
Just like,
who knew?
Vanessa. I feel like Vanessa's a CIA asset. The ghost of Vanessa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we took all those games, and that was the whole day. It took us forever to do, basically.
Well,
you didn't even have to load the games into the truck. I had to do that.
Right. Yeah, but I went to the gym afterwards. So.
And you were answering emails.
No.
That's what Shady said.
He wasn't here. He was with you.
Come. He's like, oh, Brandon didn't come because he was answering emails.
Oh, that sounds like a lie.
That's what I said. That's what I told him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool logo. Oh, today we're going to talk about comics, cool art I've seen on Twitter. It's basically going to be a Bancroft show today, and stuff we posted.
What?
But after this show tonight on the lineup, I'm sure we have a Bancroft. Is Bancroft going live tonight? What's going on with Michael? What's he doing lately? Here's the new guide. And then also we got Late Night with Michael Bancroft, and also at 11:30 Eastern time, the Gutter usually goes live. And I think they are talking with someone. I think Arrogant Ape is on there. You can be talking about a cool comic. Go tune into the Gutter. Make sure you're subscribed to that channel. He also streams, he simulcasts to the Lord Crackhead Comic Talk Live channel, which is good conversations about some cool old school comics, usually old school. There we go. Bancroft's launching Heroic Tales #2. So many launches going on. I just backed Jose's books that came out. Jose was on last week. His crazy detailed Clubland Fleur.
You backed that?
Yeah.
All right, good.
I backed it. I'll give it to you to look at.
Back it.
And then also he's got another book with Tyler. It's called Blackjack Duelist, which I backed. Both on Kickstarter. So those are my backings for the week. I'm doing my part.
That's good.
Keeping the scene afloat. Somebody's got to run the Diaz Empire. That's what Brandon was doing today.
There's a lot of stuff going on. The second big black shell bean is printing right now. We had a couple of failures. Actually, there's a fail, and it's not this one. But
that's the prototype.
Right. This is the prototype. It has a little bit of an issue on the top here because it was printed out really quickly. On this the one we were supposed to send to the second customer, about here at the top of the head, it got caught on something, and the head like relocated itself. So it continued printing the top perfectly. It's offset like 3 millimeters to the left.
Unnoticeable.
It's totally noticeable. It is absolutely noticeable.
Well,
so I think what we're going to do is we're going to take that shell bean and we're going to take it somewhere and we're going to shoot it with a gun. I think that would be awesome.
We're going to shoot it and then mail the video to Shelby. See how he feels about that. The Rick Sailors went out. So we shipped Rick's big bean and his 4 beans that he has. That's on their way. Probably is going to get to him this weekend. So,
dude, we should have sent him some prototypes of the micro beans. Yeah, we should have done that.
Oh yeah, so we got new Zaid Comics banner for C2E2.
Yep.
I was going to pull up an image, but I don't really have an image to pull up. Maybe I'll get that Monday or something. Hopefully that's getting printed soon. And then I made new business cards for myself.
Oh, nice. Henry Beeman says shotgun would do the most damage. If we could figure out a way to launch the bean and skeet shoot it, that would be cool.
That would be cool. And then try to get that on camera. Oh, shotgun shell bean shells.
Dude, that would be cool too. We could load a bunch of micro beans into a shotgun shell.
Could load our own ammo. Yeah, that would be good. All right, next week. Also, I mean, it is C2E2 as it says down there.
Yeah,
but is also the premiere date of when Vatican City comes out.
This seems like a coincidence and not intentional.
C2E2, Vatican City, Easter time, Catholicism, Vatican is Catholic, Mark Miller, Per Berg, comes out next week. So next Wednesday, you guys go pick up your copy of Vatican City. I saw Mark Miller tweet out that he was going to, he's like, hey, does anybody want to review this? Message me and I'll send you a digital copy. And people are already reviewing it, which is cool. Cool. Really cool to see. So make sure you guys are following Mark and Per over on X. And this is 3 parts. So it's 3 issues, but they're like oversized issues. So I think they're like around 32, 36 pages.
Are the guys at the bottom the protagonists?
I don't know.
The Swiss guard the protagonist?
I'm not sure. I mean, he's getting his throat slashed,
right?
Like
he's getting cut.
He's getting
in the
wrecked. I'm not sure. So there's just a brief synopsis about this, but I think these guys are like vampires, right? They're gonna drain this guy of blood and drink his blood.
Oh, is he like hanging? I thought he was doing like an acrobatic flip.
I think he might be hanging.
And he was the hero and he was flipping. Well, if he was hanging, why are his arms up?
We'll have to wait to see. Maybe he was reaching for the rope that's binding him. We'll see. Go pick it up
in the grok and have grok decipher what's going on here.
Is this money or is this bricks back here? It's intriguing.
Yeah.
Go grab it. I told my LCS to order some. We'll probably, and I think Per's going on some shows to talk about it, so it'll be cool.
Did we switch from calling him Narwhal to Per?
Yes. Yeah.
Is he leaving the Narwhal?
No, because he still has Narwhal books on his books.
Well, that's a company name.
Oh, yeah. That was originally his thing. It was a company name.
Like when people come over to us and they're like, I would like to talk to Mr. Comics, please.
Oh, Zaid. People call...
Right, but Zaid's the guy's first name.
Who? The guy asking us?
No. The guy who runs the company. His name is Zaid Comics.
Oh, okay. Angela ordered 1. Awesome. Doing your part, Angela. Order 3 of them, okay? Angela Curry for $5 with a super chat. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate the super chat. Since Louis said he liked green, would you actually, I think he said he liked red.
Right.
I don't think you watched the rest of that stream.
I don't think she watched that stream at all.
She didn't. She watched it after the fact.
Right.
Would you please make a green shell bean for what? Just because Louis likes green?
Yeah.
Are you going to buy it and then mail it to Louis, Angela? We'll see. Maybe for Christmas time. Cheersies. Happy Friday. I don't know if do we have green filament?
No.
We don't. We'd have to special order it. And now we got the tariffs, right?
Yeah, all the tariffs.
Tariffs.
Man.
How are we going to ever afford this green filament for Louis?
Dude, you know what is funny? The other gigantic printer does come from China, and we ordered it, and it's shipped before the tariffs hit.
Oh, awesome!
So we didn't get hit with that big bad 47% or whatever the hell it is.
That's right, Michael. Zades is a global pandemic.
But if you do want an exclusive colored shell bean, you could come out to C2E2 and get one of 5 exclusive C2E2 special edition
There's only
cookies
5?
and cream cookies and bean. Yeah, there's only 5.
That's right.
Oh, no.
I spilled my Jocko.
Oh, no.
The actual spill. God damn it.
Yep.
All right, we're going to play this bonk in a second. The cookies and bean, the C2 Bean 2, cookies and cream / bean, shell bean. It does look delicious. But, Angela, thank you for the super chat. You get a bonk here. Amazing.
There it is.
Amazing.
Cookies and bean, cookies and bean.
All right, big news. You guys are comic book fans out there, right? You guys like comics?
Not really.
Big news. I wasn't talking to you. Big news in the you guys like video games? Comic book video juegos news. Marvel Rivals has new event coming up, new characters, and I want to get your guys' take on these costumes. I think they're doing like a freaking Hellfire Gala thing, which was very
controversial,
not cool
it was
in the past.
Some might say it was stupid.
These costumes could be cool. Let's see how they look. I guess we don't have to have the audio on.
Well,
this is like Japanese Spider-Man. I don't know,
Spider-Man,
but he's got spider legs.
Yeah, he's like all fuzzy. Is he? That's just a costume for the Spider-Man?
I guess so. Look, this is dope. So, Iron Fist in the game right now is like Asian Iron Fist.
Right.
He's not Danny Rand. He's like young Asian Iron Fist.
Yeah.
But this looks like Danny Rand. He's got
does.
the actual mask. Pretty cool.
From the Rand Corporation.
Now this is Captain America. In his,
Really?
Yeah, he's got like the gala outfit. This is just a trailer. Classic. Now that's cool. Even though she doesn't look that great.
The Jubilee?
No, this is Psylocke. This is like X-Men yellow outfit.
No, only Jubilee can have the short hair.
Then you got, I like this one because I like Magic.
Magic is stupid.
She's got her New Mutants Magic costume.
Man.
Yeah, Steve Rogers. Shut up.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, Steve Rogers, look at that jaw, man.
Yeah,
he's a Chad.
Steve Rogers. Let's go back to that.
Yeah, look at that guy. Chad Rogers.
That's America's chin right there.
Jeez. He's like the American the Asians think you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just huge, domineering.
That's right.
Sticking it to everybody, not giving a damn.
What do you think of Punk Squirrel Girl?
I think she looks horrible, and I don't want to say it, but I wish that she didn't exist. Cruella DeVille.
This is Cruella. What's her name? Something Snow.
The character they made up for the.
She was in. I had never heard of her. Luna Snow. She's got like ice powers.
What? There's so many ice powered people they could have chosen, and not.
This one's straight though.
Okay.
This is a fancy ass Black Widow costume.
What? She looks like she would be in. What is that? That chess club gang?
S Club 7.
No, not S Club 7. The one where like Black Queen and White Queen are from. That chess.
Hellfire Club.
That's the Hellfire Club?
Yeah, that's what this is. The Hellfire Gala. So it's
like is that what that thing? They had that thing with those really bad like Met Gala costumes for the X-Men.
Remember they did Iceman with high heels?
Hellfire Gala?
Yeah, it's a stupid new event that they do every few years just to get like really femmy costumes in the comics.
You could make some cool stuff, but they always do it too avant-garde.
Yeah, this is me.
It's stupid.
That's me right there. I don't know who is this.
That's not Gambit.
Gambit's not in the.
He just throws darts now.
What is happening? Is that
It has to be.
No, he's not in the game.
Not yet.
What is happening?
Dude.
What is this?
It has to be
Who is
him.
that?
Who is
Mr.
it?
Fix-It? Oh, shit. It's Mr. Fix-It. Joe Fix-It.
Joe Fix-It.
No. Oh, no. That's Bruce Banner,
Oh.
which is dumb.
Yeah,
That should be Gambit. So,
right, because he has to transform.
yeah, the Hulk, you get to be Bruce and Hulk.
No, you have to be Bruce and you get to be the Hulk.
That's true. You start off as Bruce. So that's Bruce.
Luna
Cool
Snow
outfit.
was made for the cosplay circuits.
All right.
Yeah,
I
could see that.
But this is cool because you get to transform into Joe Fix-It.
Is he always saying like cool Joe Fix-It one-liners?
I don't know.
I don't like his stupid Thanos butt chin thing that he has going on.
Does he have like
Scrote
tattoos
chin.
on him?
Yeah, and he's got crimstone tattoos.
Yeah. What is this? All right.
Who's that?
I don't know. I think this is Cloak and Dagger. Yeah.
Oh. What?
They like reverse the colors on them.
Big Puffy. How'd the
Very Cloak
Chinese
and
let him get
Dagger.
away with this?
You get to see yeah. That's all of them. Right
Who's
there.
that thing on the ball? What's that ball?
I don't know. What is that? It's like a ring or something?
I don't know. I thought it was
the
a
flower. That's the flower of Krakoa.
Oh, Krakoa.
Jeez.
Huh.
There you go. So that's big. The stupid new big event, which is fine. It's cool. You get some costumes, I guess. But
big.
the actual news is the Emma Frost reveal. All right, we got some X-Men fans in the chat. You guys remember the White Queen? She makes quicksand in Pride of X-Men. Here's Emma Frost. And the internet's going crazy about how jiggly she is.
Is she?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, yeah. I guess
jiggle.
there's some jiggle there.
Emma Frost. And also the internet's going crazy because she's another chick with blonde hair with a white outfit. So you won't be able to discern who you're playing against.
Did you tell them about the Sarah J conspiracy theory?
Yeah, a lot of people online are saying that she's inspired by world-renowned actress Sarah J, which I never seen her in anything, but apparently she's an actress.
Yeah.
You guys can Google her. Rob Arnold probably knows who she is. But White Queen, you know, she's like a telepath and she can make diamond skin for some reason. She has no ice powers, but here's what she looks like
She's diamond
in
powers.
game.
Yeah, her face doesn't look
Sorry.
good there. Whoa,
In-game.
Kirby.
Yeah.
Yeah, her face is very
Sharp.
strong.
Face.
Strong there. Yeah. If I drew that, I'd be like, this is too much chin going on here. A little too much
Some people
Jay
are like
Leno.
that.
A little Jay Leno chin.
We got Griever in the chat. What's up, man?
What's up?
Hope,
Griever.
Yeah, Griever. Good to see you.
Yeah,
You're going to be at
seen
Heroes Con
Griever
this year,
in a long
Griever?
time. C2E2.
C2. He probably.
No, he's coming out to C2E2. I know it.
Why do these kids
I can
today
feel
love
it.
these trash Overwatch clones? Stellar Blade Jizzle physics is all a growing boy needs. Well, I'm glad you said that because it looks like the Chinese are learning or they're keeping video games alive because here's some of that jiggle physics.
Yeah. She's thigh jiggle too.
Made of jello.
That's crazy.
Jizzle physics.
Hey, let's waste resources. Your computer's running overclocked, isn't it?
Yeah, well, mine is. This one for sure. So you guys could play as Emma Frost, one of the hot chicks from X-Men, and then Ultron's also coming out.
Dude, she was even in Pride of X-Men. The White Queen.
Yeah, she's an old school character.
Yeah.
Pride of X-Men, classic. Oh, here's if you guys didn't like that costume, you thought that wasn't, sexy enough or sexist enough. Here's her alternate costume.
Big boob window.
Which it's not even a window.
No,
it's
dude.
like a buttress, like a two flying butt dry boob.
Yeah,
butt
you have to tape that on. The amount of spirit gum required to make this costume work.
Yeah.
Out of here.
I'm not even mad about that.
But Griever says he'll be at Heroes Con.
That's
Chicago
right.
scares him. You'd have to put me up and protect me. We'll
got
start the security services company.
Zaid Hostel. We'll get you up there. We'll see you at Heroes Con, man. We'll have we got Table this year, which I'm excited about.
Ooh, we got Table.
We got Table. Look at Table, Brandon. That's exciting. It's the bay. It's a bay window.
Boo Bay window.
Boo Bay. Nice.
Boo Bay.
Nice. So you guys could play that game. I'm sure everybody plays video games. You're all 46-year-old men in the chat.
Yeah.
Next week, I think those characters come out.
Ooh, it coincides with the launch of Vatican
City, C2E2.
All right.
Marvel Rivals.
And the couples tournament for skee ball over at Prince Arcades in Bolingbrook.
Are they doing that?
Yeah.
What's up, Don?
It's a 5-hour event,
funny.
apparently.
Snarticon's 48. And, sorry, are you coming out to Z2E2's Snarticon?
No, he can't.
He can't?
He had both of his feet removed, he said. Just so he didn't have to come out.
You can't come out for Mia Surakawa or whatever the hell her name is. I saw, speaking of Asian chicks, I saw this Asian chick post the layout to the C2E2 Artist Alley.
Right.
And it's insane.
Vast. Use the word vast.
It's vast.
Yes, it's very vast.
It's its own. It's so big. It's its own convention. It looks like.
Yeah.
Which we will not be in the Artist Alley.
It itself is bigger than the entire Exotica convention.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which is insane to even think of. A convention that wants $1,200 for a booth. By the way.
Yeah. I don't know if I could pull that up. Rick Saylor, what's up, brother? We were just talking about did you get your shell beans yet? We sent them out early this week. Also, Comics Dad is here. What's up? What's up, Comics Dad? Good to see you, man. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that like, subscribe. We do this show every week talking about our comics, other people's comics, The Floor, if you're big Chad Lowe fans.
Yeah, I had another thing, but you'd have to pull up a picture of a guy.
Yeah, we only got so much time. Go to Heroes Con. Irene will be at Heroes Con. I am back. What's up, brother? Mr. Odin will be on.
Thinking I'm back
in some amount of time. 15 minutes.
Is that him?
I think so. I think that's his YouTube account. He didn't get his beans. Well, keep waiting. Keep waiting. Speaking of our comics, I tweeted this out. Since we're off to the printers with Psycho Slumber, I tweeted out a sneak peek of another one of our books that started more production on it.
It's Magic Cop 3.
Magic Cop 3 is in production.
6 pages done.
6 pages deep into chapter 1.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't read Magic Cop, go check it out on Global Comics, or you could buy a copy off of the Zaid Comics.
You can't buy Magic Cop 1 anymore. We're out.
We're out of Magic Cop 1s.
So you have to buy Magic Cop 2 and then somehow digitally read
Global Comics.
I'm not telling you to pirate the comic.
Global Comics. You can't pirate it. All right.
You probably could. I bet it's out there.
No, you can't.
You know, we're kind of a big deal.
It's illegal
in some circles.
So I tweeted this out. We're working on our Oh my God. I almost tipped up over the can again, but I caught it between my hands. We're working on a Western, a cool kick-ass fantasy Western. It's going to be gritty. If you guys love movies like Once Upon a Time in the West, spaghetti Westerns like Django, the original Django from the 70s, mixed with fantasy fairy tale magic. This is going to be dope. Oliver Isabedra is hard at work on chapter 2 of the series. And I just love this layout so much. I had to tweet it out. Just super cool. This is the first page introduction to the second story. And we see our hero here, our undisclosed, unnamed hero around a campfire in this. I mean, look at the setting just from the layout. You could totally tell. I wrote it, but I can tell what's going on.
A painted canyon.
Yeah, he's in a canyon. You got this bird over here.
Kind of bird. Is that the same bird that was in the new hit film Snow White?
Yeah, it's the same one. No, it's not. He's talking to someone. He's drinking. He's glugging his bottle and then offering the bottle to you, the viewer.
Really?
Yeah,
I
that's
get
not-
involved in here? They're
Interactivity.
inviting me
Interactivity.
into the story with him. That's interesting. Yeah, you don't see that a lot in comics.
Yeah. So super excited about this. Posted this up, and then like not a day later, I think later that night, last night, Oliver posted this image. He's inking it already. Look
Yeah.
at that, freaking insane.
Dude, I feel like I could reach out and drink that nondescript beverage.
Yeah, what should we name the beverage?
We'll have to come up with a
Sort
cool
of
name.
cool label.
Yeah.
That's like a Easter egg for something. I don't know.
Right.
I haven't thought about that.
Yeah, we could probably do something pretty cool.
He works digitally, and he's getting faster too, which is awesome. I've been working with him for, I'd say, like over a year now. We already have a short story done in this universe, introducing everybody to it, and then issue 1 is completely drawn as well. Old Louis whiskey. It could work, dude. Louis would fit into this world.
Yeah.
You could make him an old prospector. That would be awesome. But like, this got bomb likes, 151 likes. Posted
My
at
post has
midnight?
more than that.
Yeah. How many likes does your post have now?
599.
Amazing. Someone find it. Malk. Is this Robin Hood? Is this Robin Hood in the West? No, it's not. Okay. Don't even try to guess. All right.
Robin Hood.
It's not Robin Hood in the West. Yes, the grind has begun on this. If you guys want more information about it, you could go to zadecomics.com, go over to our upcoming projects or crowdfunding section here, and just give that a click. Scroll past the Psycho Slumber stuff, and then you get a little blurb about our new Western. I don't know when we should announce the title. We do have a title. We're just holding back on it. But you can see some concept art. This guy's going to be in issue 3 of it, and it's going to be dope. So I don't know when we should announce the title, Bren. Just the day it launches? I don't know. We'll talk.
Yeah, I guess just the day it launches. That way there's no excitement leading up to it.
Right.
Yeah.
That way no one will know what to look for.
The
or Google search.
anticipation, you know, Willy Wonka, big fan of the anticipation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's killing me. But a little quick update about that. Thank you guys for going out there and spreading the word and liking that and getting some cool feedback on it. I appreciate that. It's going to be dope.
Yeah. Are you going to have a Billy Zane-esque character in there, like from Tombstone? You know, he's a little fluffy, he's a little frilly. You know,
A character, Billy Zane, like
Yeah, Billy Zane.
limp-wristed.
Yeah, a little bit. You know,
I mean, yeah, I could.
nothing.
There could definitely be a character like
overt.
that. Yeah,
You know, but you look at him, you're like, well, maybe
Theater
maybe,
actor?
Yeah, theater
For
kid.
sure. yeah. It's a vast world, so we could throw a character like that in there. Fresher, is this Fresher Luke, or is this a different guy? Fresher says you should show that drawing with the big 2 posted on it. Like tag Marvel and DC.
The big
I don't
2.
know. I guess so.
Is that what that means?
Throbbing Hood.
That's a different project we're working on. It's a short experimental video series.
Mm-hmm. The Wandering Minstrel you're talking about as a character?
No, I'm not having a minstrel in anything, especially in Throbbing Hood.
It's Bygone. That's awesome. Yes.
Yeah, Phil's
I wrote
been
it
known to
all.
write from time to time.
I wrote it all. Have some random Latin in there as a nod to Doc Holliday. I do have a character who is loosely inspired by
His
Doc
name is
Holliday.
not Holiday.
He's just like he's a aristocratic
Dr.
guy.
Vacation.
He's in issue 1, actually. He's a bad guy. But yeah, that brings us to do we still have this intro here? The death.
It's time for the death of the week.
It is time for the death of the week, ladies and gentlemen. You guys heard about it. Very sad. The legendary actor and human Val Kilmer passed this week. And this is one you can't even say I didn't even know he was sick, because we all knew he was sick.
I didn't know he was that sick.
There you go. There's the joke. Yes, Val Kilmer, freaking awesome. Tombstone, my favorite movie of all time. Doc Holliday, legendary character, and he's, if not the biggest reason that movie was made. Like he arguably made that film, Val Kilmer for Doc Holliday in Tombstone.
Yeah,
but so many other amazing films. Some I haven't even seen.
Dude, the portrayals of the characters, especially Doc Holliday in that movie, makes any other Tombstone movie completely unwatchable.
I agree.
Yeah, because
you have Wyatt Earp, and Razorfist tweeted about this, and he had who is it? Dennis Quaid as Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp, and Razor was saying Val's portrayal was just made the legendary character in the film, but Dennis Quaid's was truer to his history or whatever, more accurate, you know.
Okay,
it's good. I think I've only seen
watching a movie for entertainment, not for a history lesson.
I think I watched Wyatt Earp once, but I've seen Tombstone incountable times.
Obligatory as a man.
And Moromi's right. Kevin Costner does suck.
Kevin Costner sucks.
I'm a Kevin Costner hater for sure.
Yeah, it's rough. But yeah, I mean, everything else is like, what am I even watching here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kurt Russell, fantastic.
Yeah.
Michael Biehn, fantastic. It's the guy, oh man.
Powers Booth,
Paxton, Bill Paxton, Sam Elliott. Dude, it's like Aces lineup, that whole movie.
Oh, man. And
Billy Bob Thornton, Billy Zane.
I didn't bookmark these, but there was a lot of really cool interviews that came out of Val talking about his time on that, doing that movie. And he was saying that, and this notoriously, the writer was going to direct the film and he was fired by the publisher, you know, the studio.
Who was fired?
The writer of the film was fired as the director. So he wrote it, he was directing it, and he got fired midway through production.
Right.
So they had to wait for a new director to come on and be assigned to it. And the director, Cosmatos is the guy, I think, if I'm saying his last name right, the new director that finished the film, he wasn't the writer, so he was not in tune with the story. And so Val was saying like Kurt Russell really took the reins of kind of directing the rest of the film, and they would do writes on set, like rewrites of their lines and stuff, which was really interesting.
That is interesting. I didn't know that.
There's a clip out there of him talking about, I was on the Tom Green show when he was doing podcasts online, and one of him at a Comic-Con talking about how he got the voice down for Doc Holliday, which was really cool. If you guys find that video, it's interesting to hear about the accent. And then another quote from Michael Biehn when someone asked him if Val was an a-hole on the set of Tombstone.
Was he like notoriously difficult to work with or something?
I don't know. I've never heard that, but yeah, in that statement, whoever was interviewing Michael Biehn, he's like, was he hard to work with or something on the set of Tombstone? And Michael Biehn said he didn't know because he never met Val Kilmer. He only met Doc Holliday on the set, which was really cool to hear.
Yeah, that's interesting.
If you guys watched that documentary that came out about 3 years ago on Val's life, just entitled Val, I thought that was a really good film. I saw that in theaters. It has a lot of shots of him on the set.
Tear-jerking moments.
Yeah. And because he was like obsessed with filming his life. So he had like,
which is crazy because like, how do you know you're going to end up being such an influential actor and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's like people who do that and then they just end up as nobodies and then they end up killing themselves.
Yeah, but amazing star, awesome performer. One of his underrated performances of people that I know not many have seen this film.
Batman Forever.
No, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Dude, I didn't even think of that one. Yeah, fantastic
Great film.
movie.
Shane Black film.
Yeah.
That is really good. Here's a little clip from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. We'll get knocked for, I'm sure.
Whatever.
22
Play the
seconds.
video.
His comedy delivery is great.
What do you mean? Do you see that?
A little audio on this one.
Let me raise the audio over here. Give me a second, peeps.
What do you mean? Do you see that in the thing? Can you? Ow! What were you thinking? My $2,000 ceramic Vector my mother got me as a special gift? You threw in the lake next to the car. What happens when they drag the lake? You think they'll find my pistol? Jesus. Look up idiot in the dictionary. You know what you'll find? Picture me? No. The definition of the word idiot, which you fucking are. What do you mean?
So good. Like, Shane Black's dialogue is hilarious, and those two guys in that role, so good. Gay Perry.
Dude, Gay
shout
Perry.
outs.
So
Yeah.
good. Vector's a pistol, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently a very rare pistol.
Really good stuff. But watch a Val Kilmer film this weekend. Top Secret.
Top
Real
Secret's
genius.
funny, but it doesn't land with everybody, right? It's like too absurd. So your girlfriends might not like it. You'll probably appreciate it, though. Yeah. Batman Forever, I think, is underrated. We just had a discussion about that the other day when Val died.
Yeah.
And I watched it not too long ago. I think it's actually a really good movie. I think if you're comparing it to 89 and 91 or whatever, Batman Returns, then, it's lacking. But I think if you're just looking at it as a standalone Batman movie, I think it's a really good Batman movie.
Yeah. Real Genius is super fun.
I think I liked
really
Batman
like
Forever. Go watch it again and look at it as just a standalone Batman movie and appreciate it for what it is. There's so much good stuff, like the Jim Carrey obsession with Bruce Wayne and how, like, they don't even talk about it, or it's just illustrated with visuals, right? And it's so funny. He's wearing the same suit. He's got the mole that Val Kilmer has as Bruce Wayne on his face. Bruce Wayne's talking at the party, and like he goes to look at something and he pulls these glasses out and puts them on, and then Jim Carrey like puts the same glasses on at the same time, and then he's like talking and he takes them off, and then Jim Carrey takes his glasses off and puts it. It's so clever, so good.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, I'm gonna send Michael the link over here. But yeah, go watch a film I've never seen. Oh no, I've seen The Saint very long time ago, just on TV. I think I remember liking it. I'll have to watch that one again. Saint, Prince of Egypt. I haven't seen that Lion one.
He's in Prince of Egypt.
Yeah, he plays Moses and God.
Dude, The Ghost in the Darkness.
I never seen it.
Watch the movie. It's so good. I have it. I'll let you have it. It's so good.
Let me get this set up here. We do have a one thing of Gambit
I'm about
news.
to make a name for myself here.
Well, I send this over. This is funny because I saw this on. I don't even know who drew this. Someone in the chat might know. This is a Gambit piece that I would redraw in like school notebooks. This hand.
Oh yeah.
Redraw this hand and then try to draw the face, but I sucked at drawing.
Well,
I think this is like the
would be
first time I
past tense.
referenced, like, looked at an image and then drew in a school notebook.
All right, we're getting word
Kick-ass
that the
Gambit.
vector's made in South Africa and it sucks.
On the scene correspondence here.
Yeah.
Let me find Michael. But there's a much more Lobo news than Gambit news. We'll go through them really quick while Michael gets situated here. So is Gambit?
Let's see what else we got going on here in the chat. Andrew Beeman says you have to watch The Ghost in the Darkness, Phil. I know. We actually have over here in the Field Museum, the Chicago Field Museum has the actual Ghost and the Darkness Lions of Savo. They are over here in our museum.
All right.
Yeah. So if you want to go look at them, they are not impressive looking at all, because I'm pretty sure it was two lionesses and they're very underwhelming looking, but they were super vicious.
All right, yeah, I'll have to watch it. I don't remember. Look at this. The logo's dope. Mr. I don't know how to say his name. Yevgeny Sokolov. I probably nailed that. Like actually pronunciation. He's awesome. Go follow him. He's got a YouTube channel. He draws kick-ass stuff. All right, let's bring our boy on here.
Actually, they might not be lionesses. They might be unmaned male lions. I don't remember, but they're pretty small looking. They don't look that great.
All right, we got Mr. Michael Odin of Nine Realms Publishing. We've had him on multiple times. You guys have read his work in The Embrace. You've read him in that Caesar-esque bizarre adventure book,
like
which I showed.
Like the salad?
Yeah, it's like the Caesar salad, but it's like mixed with anime. And I see him laughing in the background. But let's bring him on here. Let's see. What's the drum roll? We have a drum roll here. Let's bring the screen down. Hopefully this works. And I think we have a... No,
engage the screen.
There it is. Here it is. All right.
You have to grease that rail.
Michael Odin.
What's up?
What's up, man? Standing ovations all around.
Of course. By the way, best pitch delivery on SPQR's Bizarre Adventure I've ever heard. Caesar salad mixed with the anime thing. Easily the best synopsis of my work that I have heard. So congratulations.
I figured. Yeah, man. Dude, we've had you on multiple times. You're getting books out. I'm super excited for The Embrace 2. It's one of my most anticipated books. It's going to be super cool. I mean, Dean James's work on that, and then mixed with Eugene, who's coloring the hell out of that. That's going to be dope.
They just finished this other page here that looks really, really freaking good. I'm going to be doing another update soon, and we'll probably show that off. I know Dean has been working his butt off. We're a little bit behind schedule on it because he got really sick towards the end of last year and his tablet went down. So it was just like a series of unfortunate events for Dean.
Yeah, that's what we call lemony snickets.
Yeah. But like he's been hard at work. And in the meantime, you know, I was finishing up a little reboot of the first book that I got into the industry with. So it's been a good time.
Yeah, I remember years ago you doing it at Elysian Fields, and now it's back. I always loved the pitch of it and the idea of it because I'm a huge fan of mythology and Mortal Kombat, which you always say it's kind of like the fusion of those two things. And let me pull it up here. We could show it. It's on Kickstarter right now. I see people dropping some links. Thank you guys. The link is also in the description below. And here it is up there. The art is crazy on this. Why don't you talk a little bit about it?
So as you said, like the bare bones pitch of this is obviously it's Mortal Kombat with heroes of mythology. You know, we start our book off and you get to see the final battle that Achilles fights at Troy. And so you get him, he obviously dies at Troy, and then he goes in to the afterlife and gets a little bit of a taste for peace, and then is promptly yanked out of that peaceful environment and brought to this arena where he's expected to fight alongside these other Greek heroes against heroes from completely different cultures.
Yeah, that's super badass.
And so like the whole goal is that whoever, like this is all part of this tournament where every single respective culture's god of the dead has a team of heroic champions fighting for them. And the winner of this tournament, that god of the dead, becomes Lord of the Underworld.
That's crazy. That's a really cool concept. Like you're getting deeper into like that premise where these different factions have their champions, and the dead is basically recruited into this tournament. That's a really cool idea.
It's been a very fun thing to put together. And you know, when I did this initially in 2020, I had no fucking clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
And both of the books that I did were kind of like a comedy of errors on things where like there were things that I didn't know how to do, and everything from pre-press to proper editing of a page and even layouts on scripts. I've learned so much. I think that was one of the big reasons why I wanted to go back and approach this the way I did, because like the bones of the Zero issue are still very much like what would hold this together, but everything else has completely been redone. It's a completely new book, and it is a rebirth of the franchise, which is why it's Elysian Fields Reborn, which is the title of the first arc of storyline.
Cool. Yeah, that's all. And I mean, like you said, you've been doing this for a while now, and yeah, the whole everything in crowdfunding and being your own publisher is a learning experience. And just from osmosis of being around people, talking, watching streams and interacting with new artists and editors, like we're totally different creators now than we were 6 years ago. And as like the project manager and writer, like you wear so many hats, dealing with so many people. Would you talk about like working with, have you ran into some people that it's harder to communicate with them rather than others? Just what are some of the trials and tribulations over the years?
I would say that there's definitely aspects of that. I think that one of the big things, especially on our side of it, where we're writers and project managers and everything like that.
Yeah.
The artists that we work with are fantastic until they blow up, and then then it becomes like a whole thing of you're vying for their time, and it's a double-edged sword, because you obviously like they become your friends as you're working on these projects. You want to see them succeed, you want to see them get more work, but then there's also the double-edged sword of their availability for you becomes far less. So there have definitely been relationships that I've made in this industry that like I can't really rely on as much anymore in terms of working relationships with specific artists. There are a couple of artists that they don't have the time to do my work anymore outside of like maybe a cover.
Sure.
I would say that that's probably the most difficult thing is everybody wants everyone to succeed in this, but the sad truth is the moment that one of your people gets picked up and is under contract and everything like that, now you're in a little bit of a bind. But
sure, yeah, but yeah, it's so cool though seeing pages come together. Like this is awesome. Is this the ferryman here taking him?
That's Charon.
Yeah, dope. That's so cool. I love this, like just this energy here coming off his hand. Like it totally reminds me of Disney's Hercules, like that blue purple glow that some of the gods in Olympus would have, which I love that movie.
It's
just
great.
Yeah,
it's Disney's animated Superman with a Greek mythology.
Yeah, it's super underrated too. And like, I know for like our generation, we grew up on that film, but like, there's so many people that have never seen it because they weren't in that generation at the time.
Weird, because we all thought it was going to be like the classic of our generation, and right, it's completely fallen by the wayside.
It was a huge bust when it came out, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's crazy. So good.
Same thing with Treasure Planet.
Oh yeah, I love Treasure Planet as well. I rewatched it a couple years ago, and I'm like, this is really good.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It was so frustrating because like when it came out, it was like the recession, so like people weren't going to the theaters and what have you. But like during the pandemic, when Disney Plus came out, people were watching Treasure Planet for the first time. Like people that I grew up with were watching Treasure Planet for the first time, and I was one of the few people that actually went and saw that in theaters because my dad was a huge Robert Louis Stevenson fan. And so like he brought me and I fucking loved it. And so it was really funny because all my friends were seeing like, man, have you seen Treasure Planet? I was like, fuck you. You don't get to talk to me about this. Because I tried to tell you to go see that in theaters like when we were freaking in middle school.
Right.
So eat a dick.
Yeah, that was
talk to me about Treasure Planet.
That was one that really sparked my imagination as a kid, and like there was a lot of promo around that too. Like I remember we had just probably gotten cable during around that time, and there was like those shows that are like, oh, there's the young kids talking about the new Disney stuff that's coming out, and they promoted that Treasure Planet because they had I don't remember what the band was that would play the song
Goo Goo Dolls.
It was the Goo Goo Dolls song when he's like surfing in the cosmos. Super dope.
Yep.
They played that all the time on Disney Channel. Yeah, I would say rewatch that because that movie's really
I
cool.
remember seeing it once.
Yeah, we saw it in theater
a long time ago.
It deserves a rewatch. The pirate guy who like has that heart of gold at the end that basically wraps up in the climax of the film. It's really good.
Long John Silver was really well handled in that film.
Super cool.
And then I see in the chat somebody's asking if this is a double page spread. Yes, it is a double page spread.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
And
this is
looks
super
beautiful.
really gorgeous artwork here. This is awesome. I want to know because you're talking about like
cool
different warriors from pantheons and cultures fighting each other. Now, how deep are we going here? What are some of the pantheons and cultures?
So the first two issues is we see this kind of first fight. So it's Achilles, Heracles, and Hippolyta are up against Gilgamesh, Enkidu, and then at the end of the first issue, the Bull of Heaven comes down.
Nice.
So that's who you first see fight. In the third issue, we introduce a whole bunch of other characters that come in. Most notably, you get to see a fight like Achilles and Hippolyta are watching a round of the tournament together, so that Achilles can kind of gauge his competition and get to know the lay of the land.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get to see a fight between Sigurd, Beowulf, and Brunhild. They're going up against Miyamoto Musashi, Hattori Hanzo, and I don't want to butcher her name, so I'm just gonna say she is this witch that is the daughter of the first samurai, and like her whole story is that her father ended up leading this rebellion in the eastern prefecture,
Mm-hmm.
and when he got killed, he turned into a yokai, and she carried on her father's legacy and tried to restart the rebellion. And so the emperor sent an army after her, and she fought off the army with a summoned skeletal warrior in this castle. So she's in there as well. So you get like Norse versus Japanese. We've got a lot of really fun stuff planned.
Super cool.
I have kind of a roster of different people. Like we're gonna have, I have Team Ankau is probably one of the ones I'm most looking forward to playing with because that's Welsh mythology, and so I'm having like a full-on, straight up, pure Welsh interpretation of King Arthur.
Cool, that's awesome.
That'll be on that team. It's very exciting to play around with this.
Yeah, dude, I love mythology. I fell in love with mythology very young. And, I took a kick-ass mythology class in college, and that really opened my eyes to how many of these stories are like so similar across the collective unconscious. And love this. Like some person in the chat brings up Smite, which was a really cool video game.
I love playing Smite. It was a good time.
Yeah, I used to play Smite from when it was in beta, and super cool. Like really inspiring, and seeing all those characters that you didn't know, or some that you recognize, and just a cool way to learn about the different mythological pantheons. But that's what this reminds me of. Yeah, this is like. It's like a Smite the comic book, which is with a very cool premise as well. Like that underlines the gods of the dead are trying, vying for that one spot. Very dope.
Yeah.
Is this Hercules?
Yeah, that's Heracles. That's our version of Heracles in there. He's got one of the things that I really wanted to do with this is that in the myth, Heracles defeats the Nemean lion and then uses his pelt, uses its pelt as like his armor. And so I wanted that to be conveyed in his design. So we gave the Nemean lion pelt a metallic texture.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I wanted to do was for the headdress of him looking through the lion's face and everything like that. It's his helmet. So like the eye holes of the Nemean lion's face are what Heracles is looking through and everything like that.
That's cool. Yeah, that is badass. Some person says Smite 2 now in beta. Yeah, this is. Don't get me started on that. Well, here's the thing. It's a. What do they call them? Not an MMO. It's a MOBA.
Oh,
it's a MOBA like League of Legends, right? But it's third person, which is cool. It was in beta for like 3 years, and which was free, but you could pay $30 to have all the champions unlocked
for Smite 2?
For Smite 1.
Okay.
For Smite when it was just Smite. And I paid the $30, which means you get every character ever to be released in Smite. And then 10 years later, they're like, oh, we're coming out with Smite 2. It's on a new, it's on an updated engine. It's an updated engine. So we're getting rid of all those characters. You aren't grandfathered into Smite 2, so you got to pay again.
That's pretty shitty. I think that at the very least you should be getting a discount.
Right. Well, here's the thing too. They had like 70 characters, and now it's back down to like 9.
Dude, you played it for 10 years. I played Simpsons Tapped Out for 10 years, and I paid $5 one time to buy some premium currency in it. Okay, like I'm not even going to be mad.
They screwed us. It's funny though. They started like I don't know how they would run out of like pantheons or characters, but like they put Cthulhu in Smite now. So Cthulhu,
but he's not even a real
right. But Cthulhu was in Smite. You get like Merlin is in it. King Arthur. The Baba Yaga was one of the older or the newer characters in the game before they did Smite 2. But yeah, it was a super fun.
But like I could see Merlin and stuff where there's like
Cthulhu. Right.
Cthulhu,
you get Harry Potter next.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Cthulhu, some guy made up, like
I don't know. I think you can make an argument for Cthulhu with how Lovecraft has kind of built its own pseudo mythology.
Here's the thing: you get Cthulhu, but where's the King of Kings?
I don't know who's that.
Jesus H. Christ.
Oh man,
you can't touch that with a 50-foot pole.
Let's do it. End game. He's the tactical
goes
nuke.
in and there's no fighting.
Yeah, it's peace.
It's just
peace be with you. That's the end of the game. That's that kill streak right there.
Yeah, he's a kill streak.
A reward. That'd be awesome.
Calling Christ. Just beam of light comes down.
There you go. No, I wasn't talking about Triple H, the King of Kings.
Oh man,
Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Let's get back to this. Here we go. Here's Hippolyta, which is really cool.
Really excited about her. She's been really she's been a huge blast, right? So in the original Elysian Fields, I actually had Theseus, and I swapped Theseus out because having a girl on the team has certain marketing pros.
Yes.
But B, because I came to realize that she's actually a better character to round out this team because she has connections to both Heracles and Achilles that aren't so inherently obvious. And she creates a very cool character dynamic because one of Heracles's 12 labors is to retrieve the girdle of Hippolyte. So like they have a certain rapport there. But then the other really cool thing is that Hippolyte is killed by her sister Penthesilea in mythology, and Penthesilea becomes the queen of the Amazons after her, and she ends up going to a place called Troy, where she gets killed by Achilles. So, this is also like a really cool dynamic for her to have with Achilles, and it kind of rounds them out. And it's been such a blast writing her character. I'm actually screw it. I'll say it here. We're going to be doing an Elysian Fields spinoff called Elysian Fields Song of Hippolyta. And I decided to do this because in the second issue, I did like a 12-page profile story for Hippolyta. And my editor was like, dude, this might be one of the best scripts you've ever written. Like you need to do more with this character. And I was like, okay. and so then I thought about it, and I put together this script, and I'm really happy with the first issue. I plan it on being like a 3-5 issue miniseries. And she is just such a blast to write, and I can't wait for people to experience her in both Elysian Fields and Song of Hippolyta. We have a great artist lined up for that too, that I will announce at some point here relatively soon.
That is awesome.
I see you have no sympathy for the customer base that's going to be searching in the future for Elysian Fields Song of Hippolyta on the internet and trying to spell that out.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't give a shit. You can learn how to spell. It's all good.
If you're a true fan, you'll learn how to spell.
Yeah. Look at this cover though. This is awesome. You got V. Ken Marion.
Yeah, and Andrew Dollhouse on the colors. It turned out so beautiful.
Yeah. He's awesome. I met him at Heroes Con last year. He goes to all the cons, and he's on Green Lantern right now doing some kick-ass work. Really cool stuff. Love that. Achilles looking like a badass. Yeah, this is so dope, dude.
Yeah, this is what I call our lion-hearted cover. And it was such a difficult thing to pick because like he sent me a whole bunch of different thumbnails, right?
Yeah, sure.
And he was just like, hey, pick one of these. And it was like the hardest decision I've ever made in my life. I was like, fuck, these are all really good. But I chose this one because I had like in all of my variants, it's very focused on like the team element. But this first issue in particular is very much Achilles, and this series really is Achilles' series. Like, you know, he is the protagonist. So I wanted to, I chose this one so that we had a cover that really focused and highlighted on Achilles, and like V. Ken Marion just fucking destroyed this cover.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Super cool. I mean, even the back, like this guy's expression back here is so killer. All those wounded soldiers, dead soldiers. Yeah, that's totally a badass moment. Super dope. Yeah, dude, this looks awesome. I love the new art, and it looks fresh. And I can't wait to back it, man. This is gonna be dope. And it looks like you have a lot of it done already too. There's a lot of pages, a lot of stuff to look at.
I don't just have a lot of it done, Phil.
Oh my
I have
God.
the whole book done.
Don't tell me the whole book.
Amazing.
So I've got proofs of every cover here.
Yes.
And the first 20 backers of the book, we actually shipped out signed and numbered proof collector edition.
Proof copies. Wow.
That's super cool. Yeah, I saw some people get them in the mail. They're tweeting about it already.
Yeah,
that's
there's
really
5
cool idea.
people that still haven't given me their addresses for me to ship out yet. So I'm gonna be knocking on some digital doors here in the next couple of days. I want to make sure I get all of those out so I don't just have them. But it's one of these things that since I technically already crowdfunded this campaign, like I already crowdfunded this book before.
Yeah.
I wanted people to know that like I put in on this.
Yeah.
I got it made for you guys. And so really what this is you guys are paying for the print run and for fulfillment. And then hopefully I can take that, whatever I have left, and get it into the next book, because that script's already been written. We already have, I want to say like 8 or 9 pages penciled.
That's amazing.
That camera to show my bookshelf is what some person is asking me.
Some person.
Can if you want.
Okay. I don't.
Where's the bookshelf?
I've got some cool stuff on the bookshelf.
I don't know how much he's going to see with this Blair Witch thing you got.
Yeah, he's got the.
I know, man. So My like literally right as I was coming onto the screen, I turned on my like lamp to be my light source, and it went and crapped out. Like it's dead. Bulbs. So I was just like, oh well, I guess I'm looking like a found footage horror film. It's gonna be great.
We don't mind.
It's a vibe.
Is this a cover?
Yeah. So that's by Vaughn Randall and Robert Nugent, who work on a book called Spawn.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one.
Spawn, the up and coming title.
Small independent title. You might have heard of it. You know,
it's getting legs.
Insane. Who's this guy in the back? This guy's awesome.
That's Hades.
He looks so sick.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. If you guys, this book's already done, so if you guys have your walking around money that you spend on your weekly comics, I'd say go grab this guy because you're gonna get it in your hands quick. Yeah, and what's the turnaround time on this? You said the book's done.
So
when are you gonna have it printed?
We have a 60-day campaign going on this.
Yes.
And so once we get the funds, I put the order at the printer and then we start fulfillment. So awesome. Because we launched towards the end of March, that's April and then May. It'll probably take a week or two for funds to clear. So probably mid to late June, early July.
Awesome. Great turnaround time. That's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And then this cover, man. So I wanted to have an homage to Supergiant Games' Hades because their second game went full platform release here in the past 2 weeks, like literally right before I launched this.
Yeah.
And so I ended up finding this guy who has who submitted some pieces to a fan art competition for Hades on ArtStation.
Oh, cool.
And turns out that this guy is like a 20-year-old kid in art school.
Yeah.
This is his first professional gig.
Wow.
And he did everything. Pencils,
colors
inks,
too.
Colors. Yeah. All of it.
That is really cool.
He just freaking crushed it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so professional, delightful to work with. And that's one of the talking a little bit earlier about, we all want everyone to succeed and it being a double-edged sword. This is one of those cool things where this is this guy's first professional credited work, and I am excited to see his star rise because he is a fucking talent, man. It's so good.
Yeah, that's killer.
Yeah, it's an interesting color style. I just saw last week, and I'd never seen this before, but there's a shading technique where you're using, instead of gradient darkness shading, you use contrasting color shading, right? And you can see that's what he's got going on over here. You have a lot of orange, and then purple is the darker area for the contrast of color. And it's such a unique look. I mean, especially for something like this, like in Western stuff, we don't see that a lot.
Yeah, that is cool. I noticed that. That's dope.
I didn't know that was specifically a technique. You'd see it around and be like, oh, that's an interesting thing. But that's a specific technique of shadowing. Yeah. Really cool.
That is dope. Yeah, you got a lot of awesome covers, amazing art on this. And it's so cool that it's already done, and you're already working on the next book of it. How many pages is this first book?
44 pages of story. When you have it cover to cover, it's a 56-page book. And additionally, I'm sure that you guys noticed it's pretty big. It's 8.5 by 11 prestige format.
Oh, nice.
I really wanted to give the art the chance to breathe. This is a battle book. It's all about the spectacle. It's about allowing the art to pop and really take you. And so I wanted this book to feel larger than life. And it was honestly impressive when I did my unboxing and was looking at the books for the first time. I was brought to tears. It's just such a cool thing because I remember what it was like back in 2020 when I got those holofoil 0 issues in the mail, and I was floored. And I've come such a long way since, and to see what I was able to put together and what the team that I worked with really just poured their heart and soul into, and making this just the absolute best book it could be.
Yeah, it's awesome that you're keep putting this out, and you kind of like have a new face on it now. You guys can get it on Kickstarter right now. I'm definitely gonna be backing this one. This is freaking sweet. You have 53 days left. If you guys aren't gonna back right now, you guys could go over here and bookmark it on Kickstarter, and so you guys will be reminded that you need to pick this one up. So go ahead and go grab it, man. This is looking sweet. I can't wait for this one. Dude, Mike, thanks for coming on and showing this off. It's been awesome.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem, dude. You're always putting out awesome stuff, working on a bunch, have books in the pipeline always. Like I said, can't wait for Embrace and this one now. These are going to be must grabs. Is Embrace still available to grab if people haven't gotten it?
So what I'm doing is, once Dean gets closer to finishing the book, because he had the big delay that he had, once we're closer to having that book complete, then I am going to host another Kickstarter. I'll do like the final Kickstarter for the Embrace 2. People will be able to get it there. And that'll be kind of like the last chance. But I will also be allowing, like, Kickstarter now has a feature where you can keep tiers open past close.
Right.
So like I will keep that open as effectively a digital storefront for the time being as well. I'm doing the same thing with Elysian Fields too.
Awesome. That's dope. Cool, man. Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Nah, I think I covered everything.
Sweet.
I had a Zaid Comics funny when he was talking about the 5 people that need to send in the correct address for his proof copies.
This is funny.
So this happened a long time ago. It took 4 years for a Magic Cop book, the original Magic Cop book, to be returned in the mail from a customer in South Africa.
Yeah.
4 years for it to be returned. I don't know how long ago this was, because Doc found it in his office and must have just got dropped off in there. So maybe like in a month or two ago, we got a package from Cash Grab when we fulfilled Cecil's Cash Grab campaign. A flask came back.
Cash Grab flask.
Presumably from the same guy, a South African customer, as unclaimed at the post office. That's one of you guys.
Yeah. So if you're out there, South Africa, we got your Cash Grab flask.
And there's this Magic Cop book that you never got either.
Exactly. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to send you over to Michael Bancroft's. He's launching John Longbox's next book, his kick-ass superhero book. So go over there, tell him we sent you. Shout out the Zaid Raid. We'll see you Monday. Lots of work to do this weekend. Keep on it. Have a good weekend, everybody. And we'll catch you next weekend. Next weekend, C2E2, guys.
Yeah.
Big stuff going on.
Come out. Get your limited edition Shell Bean in person.
That's right. Yeah, order some books. We'll have everything you guys need. We'll catch you on the flip flop. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Niggas Dexter and niggas Sister Didi. Oh boy, wonder what they're gonna get into today. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, Dexter's in the lab again. Making up anything he's imagining. There goes Didi, his sister. He always argues with her. She thinks she knows it all because she's older and she's bigger. Whatever Dexter wants, he just goes and creates. Robots, it doesn't matter the size or the shape. He's always doing crazy tests and making a mess. And if they don't come out correct, well, you know what happens next. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again.
Final question. There's one thing you could change about the industry. What would it be?
One thing I'd change about the industry.
Leading question.
It's just stop sticking your nose in what other people are doing and get on with your own work. Do you know what I mean? Just stick your nose out of people's business, and tell them what they should be fucking doing and not doing, and do your own shit. You should be, you've got to be creative. You should be getting on with your own deal,